some friends, like they can't help but to not be great friends because they're so stuck up their partner's butts.
She was like, yeah. So that's what's going on. I couldn't deny anything after that because I just spilled it all out. And I said, listen, I'm sorry. I just, I don't know. Like, it just kind of happened. And then that's when she had, like, a month later or sometime, she just brought, like, these big ass bags of condoms.
Like, y'all hold people to this super, super, super high standard, and I don't like it. Like, I can't stand it because then you're creating a narrative that we as humans have to be perfect, and that's why so many people are so anxious and so insecure about themselves because they feel like they can't make a mistake.
Welcome to another episode of Real Cozy Talks. I'm your co-host Ty, my lovely wife, co-host Nella. We're here to bring you real topics, real views, and real cozy vibes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Be sure to like, be sure to comment, and be sure to share this video, and please subscribe to our channel.
Also, follow us on all social media platforms like Instagram, TikTok, and isn't there one more?
And Facebook.
And it's at Real Cozy Talks on all platforms. Make sure you are following us on there.
What we sipping on tonight?
We got this. Let me not. Hopefully, I'm not butchering the name, but it's Fresh Net. Okay, drink it all the time. It's a really popular sparkling wine brand. I personally love their wines, but this one is alcohol removed.
Trying it again.
We're going another. We in a previous episode we tried an alcohol removed wine. Was not a fan, so we're trying a different brand. This is a sparkling one. Let's see what it's hitting on. Let's see if we like it.
Come on. Cheers to episode 9.
Cheers to episode 9. Clink clink.
Okay, I don't think that's that bad for it to be alcohol removed.
It's not that bad. But when they say alcohol removed, it literally tastes like they say alcohol
removed. Facts.
I don't even know how to explain it, but if you've never tried alcohol, it doesn't even just taste like, I imagined it would just taste like a sparkling, I don't know, juice. But it tastes like alcohol removed wine, just like they say. Like, this is some wine without the alcohol, for real. Anyway.
It listens a lot better than 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one was nasty. This one's pretty decent.
What was that? Free?
Yeah.
It tastes
no
free
shade
too.
to the brand. No shade to the brand.
Yeah, it tastes exactly like it was free. Shade to the brand.
That is shady. It does taste a little free though. But anywho, I gotta ask. And don't you sit up here and tell me everything's fine, okay? What's been going on with you? What's new? What's popping?
I got my friends the other day.
I love that.
I needed that.
I love that.
I didn't realize I needed it that much.
For real?
Yeah. We were all talking about that at dinner.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that y'all have like this little bromance. Yeah, even if y'all have like breaks in between how much y'all see each other. Mm-hmm. Oh, wow. You didn't tell me that when you got back.
Yes, I did.
That you didn't know how much you needed it?
I did tell you that.
Well,
I thought I did.
You didn't.
Well, my bad. I apologize.
I'm glad y'all got to have y'all little moment.
Yeah, it was cool. You feel me? It was cool.
What made you realize? When did you realize? At which point did you realize, like, whoa, I needed that more than I thought?
When we just started talking and sharing things. Like, damn. I mean, we text all the time, but it's a little different in person.
Yeah.
A lot different, hit different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about you?
I am good. I'm good.
No, you just told me not to get up here.
Well, but I don't get up here week after week saying I'm okay, like you, which is what. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with being in a good headspace all the time. But no, I am in a pretty good headspace. I don't really have nothing popping other than I need to go pack before I get too overwhelmed. Before it's time for us to go in a few days, but Other than that, I've been good. Like, I've been having some little moments where I feel, don't you know when you feel just yucky? Like,
Mhm.
I don't want to say, is the word down? I guess down is the word, but
Yeah,
you
down.
know, I put the therapy tools to use, and I'm able to like catch my thoughts, challenge them, reel it in, and move on.
Okay,
Yeah, so I'm not like, I've been good. I say all that to say I've been good.
that's what's up.
Yep,
Well, today we are talking about navigating friendships,
that's what I
adult
wrote.
friendships,
Yeah,
navigating adult friendships, and how I think important they need to be. And as I said before, I didn't discover how important it was fully until we just met up again. And we always saying that we're going to keep meeting up, but I don't know why we can't get it together.
because y'all are grown. At the end of the day, adult friendships are hard AF.
Yes.
Like, it's one thing where you're younger, even in college, it's easier, right? Especially when you go to the same school, y'all go to the same campus events. When you're in high school, y'all got classes together, probably in the same activities. So it's different. But as you get older, navigating adult friendships can be really, really difficult. And I'm really glad that as a guy, I feel like I don't hear guys talk on friendships too much.
Mm-hmm.
So it really made me feel good to like when you came home, you just seemed so happy after meeting up with the guys and stuff. Like,
Felt refreshed
yeah.
and renewed.
Yeah. So I'm glad you did that. But it can be really, really hard. What do you think one of the most difficult things about friendships, maintaining friendships as a grown up?
Feeling guilty for leaving your loved ones behind. I mean, I know it seems like, I know it's something small and seems dramatic, but it's a real thing in a sense. Because sometimes you just feel guilty, like, man, I'm out here. Is it too long? Am I chilling too long?
Do
Like,
you feel like that when you're out with your friends?
yeah, sometimes.
Don't feel like that.
No, but I'm just saying, it's just regular feelings though. Like, you just, you be sitting there, ain't been an hour and a half, 2 hours, oof. But I think part of that comes with just not going out as much as you need to.
Right. Exactly. Because if you do it more, then you won't feel as bad about it. But I'm glad that despite how hard that can be, that we still, make sure we're not up each other's behinds all the time, because I don't feel like it's healthy. And I can relate, okay, to the sentiment. Like, when I'm out with my girls, I'm having a great time and all the things. But sometimes I can't help but think, like, dang, especially if it's something new, I'm like, dang, I wish I kind of did this with him first. Have you ever felt like that?
Yeah.
In a
sense. But you can't be restricting yourself like that either.
Mm-hmm.
Unless, like, your partner said, I want to do this with you, then it's like, I can't do this with you.
Right.
But, I mean, my goodness, like, you can't do that with everything.
Do you have have you had any experiences? Let me speak from, like, I don't know how it is for guys, right? Because I feel like the way y'all navigate friendships differently. Yeah, the way y'all navigate friendships is different than women. But I feel like some friends, like, they can't help but to not be great friends because they're so stuck up their partner's butts. Like, it's just like, there's no, in a more mature term, I feel like a lot of friends lack balance.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, granted, we all have those feelings. Like, when I'm out with my girls, I'm having a good time and I be missing my man, okay? I miss my man when I'm out with my friends. However, that doesn't mean that I'm not going to still go hang out with my friends.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's some people who, they be, oh, I can't come. Or they want to, I can't stand a, oh, can he come? Head ass. No, he can't come. You see the invite that says girls trip, girls event, Galentine's Day. Why are you trying to bring him?
Yeah, that's because then you can't be boys. You can't be men, or you can't be women like the way you want to, just because, you know what I mean? Because you got to kind of like restrict. It's not even like a bad thing, like restricting your actions or whatever. You just can't be the full woman that you want to be amongst your friends.
Exactly. You can't have the same conversations.
You can't.
I can't, even if we're in a house, like, I don't know, you got to be a little bit more mindful of, I got to be super covered up because because I'm going to be respectful. If somebody's man is around me, I'm not one of those people that are like, oh, you just insecure. No, I'm going to be a little bit more respectful in the way I'm presenting myself if someone's husband's around me. Now, I ain't about to change my whole look now,
Right.
but ain't no cheeks or anything going to be hanging out if your man is here.
Right.
I can't even say anything. So I do think that some people need to just let it go. Girl, we all feel the same way. We be missing our kids. We miss our partners. But I just feel like it's important to be yourself.
Yeah, for sure. So what are some times where, you felt guilty? I know you just said, like you had people that would bring their whole man on trips, but like, what are the times where you actually felt guilty? Like, dang, man, like I really don't. Or I do you one better. Have there ever been times where y'all been planning this trip, but you really didn't want to go?
Heck yeah. It's not even so much that I don't want to go. Because if I truly, truly don't want to go on the trip, baby girl, we're going to have to try again another time. But there have been times where I'm like, dang, this would be better with, if we could make this a couples thing or whatever. For me, it's trips. Like if it's we going out to dinner, or we having a girls' night, or even if like a one night sleepover type thing, I'm okay with that. Do I miss my family? Yes. But am I like down and out? I want to go home? Absolutely not. I'm having a good time, okay? Because these kids be working the nerve endings. But when it comes to like a multi-day trip, I'd be like, I wish he was here. Like, why can't we make this a couples trip?
Do you think it's a bad thing if he or she was spending 50% with their friends and then with the family?
What you mean? Like on a trip?
I'm just talking about half the time, like just with friends and with family. Like, so what I'm saying is, this is used like a regular 7-day week, and 3 days out of the week, they're with their friends. Every week.
That's too much. Because, I guess I can only look at it through our lens. We are very busy people.
Right.
I don't know how you can have time to cook, especially like us. We cook breakfast and dinner just about every day. Cook, clean, work a full-time job, run a business, date your man, have sex, make sure you look good, make sure you're exercising. I don't have time to be meeting up with you.
Okay, so it's more so for you, it's more so the things that need to be done versus the actual action.
And even still, I'm not meeting up with nobody 3 times a week. I'm not doing it. I'm not
alternating friends.
That's a little different. Now, if we could I coincidentally went out 2 or 3 times this week because I haven't seen this person or that person or this person's in town, that's a little different. But to consistently go out 3 days a week, no. It's not happening. It's too much.
Yeah, I can see that. Even if everything is done.
Sometimes I just want to sit in my house and actually enjoy it, opposed to working in it, cleaning up in it. I just want to sit here on my little downtime.
But some people just like to be out though.
Some people can't help it.
They can't be still, or they don't want to be home because it just makes them, I don't know, just getting outside is what.
That means they need to be more comfortable with stillness.
Yeah.
Because if you can't sit down somewhere, you're running away from being still. Some people run away from their thoughts. I used to feel like that. Like I used to feel like I had to keep doing something because once I sat down in peace and quiet, I was thinking too much and I was afraid of my own thoughts at one point.
That's fair.
But now, child, put me in a room. And I know solitary confinement, jail type ish. But leave me alone and quiet for hours up at a time. I'm gonna be fine. Like,
yeah, for sure. I mean, I like to be home too. I will say that I can do better with, reaching out. And maybe initiating things. Like usually I am like the one that will probably initiate things, but I can still be better at that. Trying to hold us accountable.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to be that person. I think for me, I think I have pretty good balance. Like every once in a while, I'm gonna go meet up with the girls. Yeah,
you be meeting up.
Yeah, I think I'm balanced. Yeah, I am balanced. You're not gonna say, oh, she be up in the house with that man and them kids and she can't, because I have a friend like that. Where, in no judgment, girl, that's how you live your life. But as far as me and mine, no. husband and kids, I will be back. And when it's my husband's turn to go, sir, go have fun.
You got a friend like that?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you probably don't know because she don't ever go nowhere. That's the problem right there. That's why you don't know she don't go anywhere. And if it's not a couple's thing, she is not doing it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's fine. I don't know, what led you to be that way, but not me. I'll be sad out there crying with my friends. I'm going.
Do you think at times when friends are together, like jealousy could play a part to why someone isn't hanging out with others?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because or they just won't tell their other friends like, dang, they're always rejecting me, or they never, you know what I mean? Like, but the real reason is because maybe someone within a particular group doesn't, not necessarily like approve. Actually, that's the point I'm trying to get to. Like, you have friends that maybe they have significant others that don't necessarily approve. But then it's like, how do you tell that person?
Oh, approve of your friends?
Right. Approve of your friends. And it's like, how do you tell that person that, hey, these are my childhood? You know what I mean? Like,
child.
I've had a couple of friends like that.
I have not had that situation. I feel like I've grown pretty well with my friends. And, as we're growing as individuals, I think we're still growing, together as really good friends.
Yeah.
Because honestly, all my friendships, minus the couple of all my real friendships, for the most part, except for Amber, we've been friends for I guess it's been a minute though, 5 years now. But outside of that, my friendships are 10 years old and we're still friends and we're still good. And even with people moving apart, we still keep up with each other. But that brings me to a point that I wanted to mention. Do you think that when people are in different places in life, like married with kids, married without kids, blah, 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 just different circumstances, do you think that affects friendships?
Yeah, it's funny, I was about to ask you, but yes, it does. And only because people are in different paths. And I think that's what it is with us. Even though we're all, well, for the most part, most of us are married, it still doesn't mean we don't have a lot of other things going on that's driving us in other directions.
Yeah.
Even though we have the same understanding of just life and how to navigate it, because we basically have some similar principles. I do think that sometimes just what's going on within our personal lives steers us away from bonding the way that we used to as friends. Now, what's another hard part is you have friends that you grew up with, and I'm talking about your real good friends, and they chose to take a different path that isn't successful, right? They're more so maybe in and out of jail and trouble. Right. And that's still your friend.
Right.
I had a cousin that hit me. He was like, man, what up, Rail? Yo, this was last year. And he just came home. He was like, what up, Rail, man? What's good? Let's hang out and all this. I'm like, we can, but it's not what it used to be.
Right. I'm not trying to go to jail with you.
Right. He was like, what you mean? It's it's just not what it used to be. Circumstances are different. We're not young anymore. I could tell in the message that he took it oh, okay, it done switched. It's it's not even that. It's not even that. It's just that I'm on a different path and that I know you aren't on yet.
Right.
You just can't see it.
Right. And you can't risk your own freedom and stability and all the things.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Not for you.
No, I totally
you do
get
that for me. Not for you.
I get that. As far as friends, for me being at a different place in life, I'll use my best friend as an example. We are at completely different places in life. She is single, no children. I'm married with kids. But the one thing I feel a little emotional in the throat. I'm not gonna cry, but one thing I love about our friendship, and that I hope other people have when they're at different places in their life, is that no matter how different, we still meet each other where we are. For instance, I know she's single, so I'm not going to try to bring my man along everywhere. I'm like, girl, we can go on this little trip together. Let's do a girls trip. We're supposed to go to Europe together. And she knows I'm married and I have kids, and those are her god kids, and she'll come all down here all by herself, and I'm just going to come out with the family. Or, I just like that we fully allow each other to be where we are in our own journey in life, and still like prioritize our friendship, like still talk every day and like make time for each other without the outside, but still, be around each other's families and stuff.
But she also just doesn't make it weird.
She doesn't make it weird, but some people do.
Right.
Some people will feel a certain kind of way. Some people will feel like, oh, I can't relate to her anymore or whatever, but she makes a conscious effort to try to understand the place that I'm at in life. And I understand that she is, getting to the place that she wants to be at. She's already at the place where she wants to be at in life. But just as far as, marriage and children and all the things, I know those things will come. They're just not here at the moment. And I'm still just like, I don't care. Like, we're going to figure this friendship thing out regardless.
Yeah. And to piggyback off that, like I said, our friend group, we have one that is single. He's not married, but, we don't treat him any different. He feel like he's still a part of the group. Sometimes I forget that he's not married.
Oh,
real talk.
That's
Sometimes
good.
I forget. So, but he be chilling though. He be in his own little lane.
I love that. I love that y'all still make it work. And adult friendships just require time. They require effort. I'm not saying, they deserve all the attention that you give to your partner, because obviously that's the next level of attention. But it is a relationship at the end of the day. And you do need to water that so those flowers can grow and y'all can grow together. Like, they require effort and commitment and forgiveness and hard conversations
and understanding
and all the compromise, all the things. Okay.
Facts.
So yeah, but I despite its challenges, I'm very grateful for the friendships I've been able to maintain.
Yeah, same. Even though the circle is really, really small, I can still make some new friends.
Yeah. Oh
some
my
other
God.
areas.
New friends. Baby, we always say this. Like,
I know.
we love our current friends, genuinely love them. But I think that's what we're missing now. Like, we need some new friends. I'm not team no new friends. Give me some new power couples. And not power like, oh, how everybody's saying, but I'm just saying, head screwed on right, same kind of goals, trying to accomplish these things, emotionally and financially and spiritually and all the things.
Well, that's what I was going to say to like kind of round up my thoughts on it. You can still have multiple friend groups that cater to different things.
Mm-hmm.
So what I mean by that is, and we actually talked about that in our own little chat, like, we talk about sports a lot.
Yeah.
Right. But then I also have other friends that we're always trying to figure out the next moves.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that I can't talk to my childhood friends about it. It's just that that's just not what we talk about all the time.
Right. It's different friends for different things.
Friends for different things.
And that's okay. That's so true, because I have friends that there are certain parts of me that I would not share, not because I have a problem, but just because you're not really going to understand. Like, you're not the friend for that. And that's okay.
Exactly.
That's okay. So what's your takeaway?
Well, listen, we named a few.
What's a big one? Like, what's your biggest takeaway?
My biggest takeaway is effort.
Facts.
Effort. You have to have the effort, make the effort to actually want to hang out with friends and actually put them in your schedule.
Mm-hmm.
To actually spend time with your friends.
I have nothing to add, because effort is the takeaway from this conversation. Like, you have to try if you want it to work. It's not just going to happen overnight. It's
not going to happen overnight. And that communication, boy, every time we have a talk, communication always comes back up. But effort with communication and understanding and those are the big takeaways.
Yep.
Because then, you will have a better, and also, like I said, just scheduling your friends into your life rather than it just being some off the wall thing.
Right. Exactly. Totally agree. All right. Well, with that being said, it's time to move on to hot topics.
Hey.
First up, a flight was forced to return to Amsterdam after maggots fell from the overhead bin onto passengers' heads. Okay, maggots falling on their heads. And apparently the cause was improperly packaged food, I think it was fish, from another passenger.
But that caused you to not fly again for a while?
I'm still flying. Here's the thing. The door can fly off. I'm flying. The boat could not be secure. I'm flying.
Would you subconsciously think that it's Delta's fault versus the actual?
No. Well, initially.
initially. Yeah.
I would have been like, Delta, I am writing a letter to corporate. I need a refund, pain and suffering, all the things. That would have been my initial thought. But once discovering that a passenger, had food on there that they had no business having on there, then I would have been like, okay, I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, you're a sensible person.
Yes, I would consider myself to be rather level-headed. Some people would be like, I'm suing Delta, even though they know it's another passenger that got the maggots on their head.
But I mean, their perspective may be, you should have checked that package better. I mean, it's unfair, right? Because you don't know exactly what's in everybody's joint.
You don't, and you're allowed to bring food on the plane.
Yeah. That's crazy, but that means how long was that improperly packaged, or was the fish just?
I don't know. My back is itching.
Was the fish? Because now I'm kind of like curious about the improper packaging piece.
I think they just probably had some old fish or old food, but I do think it was fish. God. It was something of the sort. But my thing is, why would you even travel with something like that? Like, I would only ever travel with dry food.
They probably couldn't get that fish anywhere else.
I don't care. There's a lot of things that I can't get from Jamaica, but you know what? I leave them there when I'm coming back. I leave them right there on the island. If it needs to be refrigerated, it's staying right there.
That's risky. Yeah, you're right. That's risky because you don't know if we're going to have flight delays.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like, yeah, that's risky.
I'm straight off it. Moving on. Beyonce. She's releasing a hair care line on the 20th of February. And the girlies are releasing their think pieces, Ty. So I know you don't keep up with things like this. Let me give you a little. So, Beyonce has a head full of hair, whether people would like to believe it or not. Yeah. And she's releasing a hair care line, and all the girls have something to say about it. Like, oh, she don't wear her real hair. Oh, now, she never talks about her hair. Why is she releasing a hair care line? Oh, it's going to be another failed business. Bruh, most of us use, unfortunately, like a lot of us, I know a lot of us, I try to mix it up and purchase Black-owned products and stuff like that. But I still end up using non-Black-owned products a lot of the time as well. Are you asking these same questions of the products that you're just randomly picking up from CVS and Walmart and all the stores?
That you have no idea where it actually came from? Like of any kind.
Are you holding the white person who created this black hair care line or who owns this black hair care line to the same standard?
I mean, listen, a lot of the times, and me and my friend was talking about this last night, it'd be your own. It'd be your own, only because it's like, in my opinion, if she's releasing that, I'm excited because now I get to purchase my hair from a Black-owned business that I know is Black-owned business. That I actually have I feel good about where it's possibly coming from.
Right.
You know what I mean? And on top of that, and now it may be a little expensive, but if it's not, I don't understand what the problem is. We always have this issue when it comes to things like this.
I feel like we're critical of our own people. Like, I'm not saying that things shouldn't be criticized and all of that, but I just feel like once someone makes it to the top, and that's why I even still, like, before I would comment certain things that would come to my mind, nothing mean, but just certain things. And then I have to think about it, like, what if that were me and someone was commenting that about me? You know what I mean? It may not have been something malicious, but it's just like, if you're not going to say this and when you see this person to their face, why are you sitting up here typing this whole think piece online? And who cares about your opinion? Like, I'm just happy that a Black woman who's successful already in so many different things is starting a new venture. Like, why is it so hard to just support this lady in her new, and if you don't even have to support her.
Right.
You don't even have to support her. If you're not going to support her, then just don't buy it.
Exactly. Or just keep pushing. Or if you don't believe, like you said, if you truly don't believe in a product, that's one thing. If you don't want to support her because of your emotional piece connected to it, then that's a totally different thing. But what's the problem with her recognizing that we need more Black-owned hair businesses? And I'm just trying to like break the mold and provide y'all, somebody to just buy from that you can trust. But like you said, though, we're very critical of our own.
It's in everything. And honestly, it makes me like log off for social media a lot because I'm just like, as soon as somebody makes it, like, I think this is kind of shifting a little bit, but like, look at Shannon Sharp. I feel like he is at such, like, probably at the peak of his career now, as far as entertainment and
media.
You know, you can argue that he's now he's an A-lister for
A-list.
real.
For sure.
And I feel like ever since he got to this point, now everybody wants to talk about, oh, he's gay. Which, if he is, what is that? None of your business. I don't think the man is gay, for the record. But oh, he's gay. Oh, he's this. Oh, he, like, why are y'all so critical of him now? Why are you so triggered by him? Like, why?
You gotta have the haters, man. It's always somebody.
It's so annoying to see how hard we can be on each other. Like, I feel like where there's a lot of hate, there should be a lot more support in place of that. You always gonna have one,
Fact.
right? But come on now, as a collective, y'all up here on threads writing these whole think pieces of why Beyonce's business is gonna fail. You're bored and you're evil as hell. Yeah. You're evil.
And following the leader. And just following the leader.
Ciao. Moving on to Klay Thompson. So Klay Thompson was benched and he dropped a season high 35 points after coming off the bench for the first time in since 2012. So this man was benched, came off the bench and scored, not a career high, season high, my apologies.
Yeah, season high,
he scored a season high 35 points coming off the bench for the first time since 2012.
I think that was needed.
I think so too.
I think he just needed to recollect, just to rethink. I think it was a good call to just sit him down. Just, hey, let's just, because we're like 11th or 10th seed right now. It's not like we're a dead set in the playoffs, right? So you take a chill, just think about it. Because I think he was in his own head too. Because he's used to shooting. He's used to making all these shots. He's Klay Thompson. He's still Klay Thompson. And what shooters do is they shoot. Mm-hmm. But he was shooting. He was doing.
He was shooting.
He was doing a lot of missing, boy.
Yeah.
So just to sit him down, just be like, okay, cool, boom, just chill out for a second. Sometimes players need that, and sometimes some of the good players need that. Now, if that was like a LeBron or something, that'd be like a little. He'd just have to go 0 for 40 until he figured it out.
Listen, okay, but I think you made a great point. That was my exact thought. I think he's in his head. That injury and all the things, I think it really messed with him mentally. Got him questioning himself. I still think he has it in him, obviously, but he needs to get out of his own head and get out of his own way and just play the game
and don't force it.
Yeah, he just needs to get out there and play. You can tell even in his interviews, he just seems so frustrated with himself, and it's just like, bro, have a glass of wine, try again.
That's because so much is expected of him, and he knows that. He knows there's a lot riding, so it's like I said, shooters shoot, but sometimes you gotta let the game come to you.
Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what Klay needs to do at this moment. Speaking of basketball, All-Star games were this weekend. Thoughts?
All-Star was pretty cool. I like the little skills challenge. I always love that challenge though. Mm-hmm. That's always good to look at. But the slam dunk contest. So some people were saying things like, we need to switch the judges. Mm-hmm. To a degree, I understand that because some of these judges, there were some good dunks in my opinion. Like the between the legs windmill, reverse between the leg windmill dunk by Toppin. Mm-hmm. I personally thought that was a 50.
Right.
That got him eliminated.
Yeah. No, I can get where they were coming from. And also, like the commentators were stating, it's like they were factoring in the missed dunks.
Yeah, the missed dunk, the first missed dunk.
And I'm just like, no, like that doesn't make any sense. You need to go ahead and just score the dunk that they're actually making. Like, or else what's the point of giving them the time limit?
Exactly. What's the point of a minute and a half?
If that's the point, then you only should get one try.
Exactly. That's facts. That's a great point. Because you have a minute and a half. Boom, you missed the first dunk. Okay, cool. If you recollect yourself and make the second dunk the way that you was going to the first dunk,
that's the one that needs to count.
That's the one that needs to count. And like I said, they factor in power as well. Mm-hmm. So sometimes I think with the Toppin, if he would have flushed with power, it's very hard to do though when you're doing a 360 between the leg.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree.
But I thought all in all though, pretty cool weekend. I thought
3 point.
The Steph Curry, I love the Steph Curry and the Sabrina situation.
Yeah.
That girl can shoot.
She can shoot. And I'm really glad that she shot from the
NBA 3-point line.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, 26 points ain't nothing to sneeze at.
She ain't sweet.
26 points. Steph Curry had 29.
Yeah.
Like, he missed 2 of those money balls,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really starting to bring the pressure. Like, boy, you about to lose for real.
Mm-hmm.
Because she did that, like, what, last year, I think?
Mm-hmm.
I think she made all of her shots but one.
Mm-hmm. That's probably why she was so confident.
Incredible.
Like, I'm gonna get him.
Incredible. But she's been like that since high school, though.
Yeah.
And, you know, the regular 3-point contest was pretty cool, too.
Yeah.
At one point, the first round, it was 4 guys that had 26 points. I'm like, ooh.
Right. No, it was good. It was pretty good this year. I enjoyed it, even though I was in and out of sleep because I was tired for the parts that I did catch. I enjoyed it this year. It wasn't too shabby. But while we're speaking about the NBA, Chris Brown spoke out, basically saying that the NBA had invited him to participate in the Celebrity All-Star Game and then disinvited him. And the reason why they told him that he can no longer play in the All-Star Game was because of their sponsors. I guess they're taking into account, you know, his past and all the things with domestic disputes and things like that. And that's why they disinvited him. He then said that they offered to put him courtside, but he was like, F that, like, I'm not going. I was supposed to be playing in the game. Y'all playing in my face right now. So Ruffles, I don't know if they're the sole sponsor or just one of the sponsors. You know, they be having multiple sponsors. That would make sense. But
The
Ruffles
main
is a sponsor.
So they was one of the main sponsors.
They were
all over the
okay.
floor. The main sponsor.
They released a statement basically saying, we don't know nothing about this. We had nothing to do with this. We're finding out the same. Look, I don't know who be running these accounts, but they said, look, we just finding out the same time y'all finding out. And put this little emoji like this.
Right, because you ain't about to mess up my deal with Chris Brown if I want to make one with him in the future.
Yeah.
Or like, you know, because they have clients like LeBron, Jason Tatum, like they have big name clients.
The only thing I did not like about his response was after Ruffles said we ain't have nothing to do with it, and he may know something that we don't know, right?
Okay.
I think he was justified in saying, look, I think he's essentially saying y'all are crucifying me for my past. Like, you know, he responded back kind of like, y'all lying. And it's just like,
Ruffles. I didn't see that.
He did.
Okay.
Yeah, he responded back and basically was just like, y'all lying. Stop pretending like y'all didn't have anything to do with it. But I don't know if he's just talking out of emotion or if he is privy to some background information to say, oh no, it really was them. I don't know. But I feel like once he spoke his piece, he can respond in whichever way he wants. But how do you feel about them inviting him to play and then, you know, probably thinking it's not the best idea and then disinviting him?
It's interesting because it's like he's in a position to obviously think what he wants to think, right? And with Ruffles coming out to say, hey, listen, we ain't got nothing to do with this, I personally thought that cleared them because that can be fact checked.
That's what I thought too.
That can be fact checked. I personally thought it was more so of an NBA thing.
I think so too. I think they tried to blame it on the sponsors because he'll never figure out who the actual sponsor is. And I think that, and it may very well be the case, but my thing is you should have cleared that with the sponsors before playing in his face like that. And I don't know like I said, it's because of his past and all the things, you know, probably with Rihanna and all of that. That's what I think the main thing is. I don't know if he's had any instances of violence after that, so I can't really provide like a full opinion on the situation. But I will say that if it is that Rihanna situation, that was disheartening, disappointing. I do not in any way condone that. But I don't know. I also feel like people are human.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, not to cut you off, but it's like I can give some feedback. I don't have to know the whole story of a lot of things. We're not celebrities, and we do things. Like, because he's glorified as a, you know, an R&B artist, pop artist, one of the greatest of all time. We hold him to this crazy standard because he's televised in a different way that we would never be. But we do a lot of bad stuff as average humans.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't heard a lot of him in the news as of late. And again, like you said, there's some underlying things. I don't know of it.
Yeah.
But the main thing I remembered was Rihanna or Rihanna, however you want to pronounce it.
Yeah.
So with that being said, if we're still crucifying him for that, like you said, that is really a shame. Because
like, how much longer are you going to?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but you know, I think it has a lot to do with just cancel culture, though, babe. Like, we be canceling people, like, and don't get me wrong. Some people deserve to be canceled. I think when that whole situation happened with him and her, okay, time him out, whether you choose to cancel him. I mean, he came back around somehow.
Right.
But I just feel like the moment someone has a misstep in life, I'm not saying whether or not he deserves to be canceled or not, because like I said, I don't know what he did after that. Right. I don't keep up that much in the blogs.
Right.
Or in in entertainment news and all that. But I don't know. I just feel like cancel culture is just annoying. It's like you're not allowed to have any misstep. They'll find something that you said when you were 15 years old, and I'm just like, your brain is not even fully developed at that point. You know what I mean?
No,
there should be consequences, but baby, like if someone was to shine a light, if there was a way to shine a light on every bad thing that everyone has done, people will be so much less critical of other people. But because everyone doesn't know your dirt, you feel like, oh, I can just go out here and criticize people. Some people do deserve to be criticized, but my God, the standard in which y'all hold people to is damn near perfection, and I don't like that.
I'm telling you, you preaching. You preaching because it's like, my God, and you see it all the time.
All the time. Like, y'all hold people to this super, super, super high standard, and I don't like it. Like, I can't stand it, because then you're creating a narrative that we as humans have to be perfect. And that's why so many people are so anxious and so insecure about themselves, because they feel like they can't make a mistake.
Yeah, 100%.
And now hitting nobody ain't no mistake. Now that you need some anger management, you need something, you need all the things. But at the same time, I'm just generally speaking,
right? Like,
God, some people were just so unforgiving. It's pretty sick.
And it's sad. Mm-hmm. And you can really take food out of someone's plate by doing that.
Mm-hmm.
You really can.
All the time with celebrities overall, not just him. This is an overall conversation, because y'all not going to sit up here and say, oh my God, they supported abuser. No, I didn't say that.
How old is he?
Roll the tape. He's about our age.
No,
right?
How old was he when that happened?
Young.
Like 17?
Because he was young, because I remember I was young when it happened.
He was like I think he was like 17 or 18. I think it was like 17 or 18. If you really think about yourself at 17 or 18 years old, my God.
My God.
If he didn't have the status he has, he'd have been done a long time ago.
Yeah.
He'd have been done a long time ago. He's been able to recover from that.
He has.
Because he sold out shows and he's still releasing music that gets streams.
Yeah, that's true. And he still has a really supportive fan base. But
exactly.
Yeah.
You know.
To wrap that up. Oh no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was gonna say, just to finish my thoughts up about that, but the NBA just trying to give him some courtside seats. That was a bitter taste.
Heck yeah. You should have done your due diligence prior to inviting him. That's the part that I don't like. Like, now you playing in you're playing with my feelings right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? And
because
that's
it's almost like a reverse of, and we messed up, but here.
Mm-hmm. But you can still, come and, no. I'm straight. I'm gonna be at home. But that's that. Moving on. It's time to
apply that pressure.
So we both decided that we don't want any more kids. How would you react if one day I just told you, listen, I've been thinking about this. I think we need to have a third child. Listen, non-negotiable. Like, we need to have this child. Like, I need this to feel complete. What are you saying?
I'm going to ask a bunch of questions, because it's going to be like, why? Where's this coming from? I'm going to fight that thing, because I can't.
You're going to fight it? What if I'm like, ultimatum? Like, we can't be married anymore because it's that important to me.
Then I know it's just full of it. It can't be real. You can't be real.
What do you mean that can't be real?
It can't be real. You talking about, because like, if you all of a sudden started talking like that, in my mind, I'm going to be like, yeah, there's something. It's just not making any sense.
It's a prank.
I'm going to be asking so many questions.
What's one question you would ask outside of just why, though?
Where's this coming from? And like, why now? That's going to be like one of my main two questions. Where's this coming from and why now? Like, who are you talking to? Mm-hmm. Like, who is putting this in your head?
Who's influencing me?
Who is influencing you, yo? Like, who is it? Because I start hitting up everybody that you know in their DMs. Like, what is she? All of them, yo. Who she been talking to lately?
What you been telling my wife?
For sure, because it's like, where is this coming from? So I don't think no. I would fight that thing to the end. I can't, yo. Now if we end up, I don't want no accident, baby.
No, for real. For real.
I don't want no. That's gonna be a sad
I need to
day.
get
I'm
my
sorry.
tubes tied, or you need to get a vasectomy.
I'm just being an honest human. I'm gonna be sad.
I would be sad too. I would really cry.
I'll come around, I guess, but I am going to be.
You would come around.
I'm going to be sad.
Mm-hmm. I would cry, like hysterically. I'm not gonna hold you. So I think maybe we need to graduate past the pull-out method. And
yeah.
someone needs to go under. I know you can't at the moment.
Yeah,
you have a lot of stuff going on.
I can't, yo.
But I might consider it since it's something that you wouldn't be able to do at the moment. Seriously.
I mean, I might too.
Well, if you're doing it, I'm not doing it. If you're gonna get to a point where you feel like you'll be able to,
I don't know. I just think that you need your extra cushion. You need to make sure.
You know what? So we both just about to get cut up
to ensure.
Okay.
Because listen, real quick, I had a friend. Man, they were finished, and 8 years later.
Yeah, I remember that. That's tragic. That was tragic. Yeah, that happened to my mom and my little brother.
Yeah.
We're 10 years apart, and
yeah.
She didn't plan on having any more kids. Of course, she was, she just like, it is what it is, like happy and all the things throughout her pregnancy. But I'm sure it was probably a shocker to her. Like, I think she wasn't supposed to be able to have another kid or something like that.
See,
maybe
those
it was
be the
something
ones.
like that she told us, and I'm like, oh wow. But she thugged that thing out.
They be the ones.
And I'm glad she had an unplanned baby, because I love my little brother.
Yeah, that gave me full perspective. I'm gonna have to really think now. I can't.
I physically can't.
Yeah, I can't. They gave me full perspective that I actually need to make a decision.
Yeah.
Or you.
Yeah. No, I'll consider it just because of the circumstances. Gone.
All right. What is the most Jamaican thing you've ever done?
Babe, what's the most Jamaican thing I have ever done?
Yes, because there are like American things that people do that I might not understand in terms of Jamaican terms. So like,
man,
because y'all stay talking about that. He's so Jamaican.
We do, but yeah, that's really Jamaican.
So what's the most Jamaican thing you've ever done that I wouldn't understand as an American?
I mean, you live with me. Shoot.
Yeah, but you Americanized now.
Exactly. So I don't feel like there's any. I will say that because even though I've been in the States for most of my life, I grew up in a Jamaican household. So it's just like,
so rephrase. Don't answer that. How about this?
So don't tell you what I was about to say. I was gonna say that because there's certain things that we say, even though I don't have an accent and all that, I feel like there are some words that I still kind of like mess up. Not as bad as my Keisha, but like when I say certain phrases and you'll be like, what? And I'm like, am I speaking another language? Like, what is it? I don't know. Now I get confused on what's right or wrong. Like, those little phrases, like
so if you tell,
plug this in. Like, do y'all say that or do y'all not?
No, we'll be like, plug this into the wall or something like plug this in. But you would say, plug it out.
Yeah, like plug that out. Right, but that's what I'm saying. It'll just be those things, and I sometimes have a hard time differentiating. Like, is this what they say in America?
Right.
Because it's the household I grew up in, regardless of the fact that I've been here or not. Or like, I don't know. There's another one. Like I'll be saying like, can you lock the door? And then like Malachi will like physically lock the door with the knob, and I'm like, no, I'm just saying like lock it, like close it.
Yeah, but see that's just different though.
Yeah. Like
actually locking the door means locking. Why don't you just say close the door?
Well, I mean, now I try to say that.
But no, I'm just saying like in general it's like lock the door.
Because in my brain it sounds normal to me. That's
Gotcha.
what, right? There's, those little things that I be saying, and you be like, what? So I think that would be it. Like just mixing up some of the, I don't want to say slang, but whatever. I don't know. I'm like, is this Jamaican or is this like American?
Very Jamaican.
Yeah, it's just kind of meshed up. It's kind of like mushy. I don't know.
Gotcha.
That would be all. Is there anything that you feel like culturally I've done that you're like, okay, that's some Jamaican-ish right there that you do? Not my family, because my family is full blown.
Yeah, they're full blown, but no, not you.
Okay.
That's why I was asking, because it's like you could have done something before our time together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just because
I'll tell you one. No, that's a little much because people
Okay.
be judging. People
Okay.
be judging, but yeah.
That's what we want to know. That's all, man.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know what you're going to say.
You probably do.
Oh, I know exactly
But don't
what you
say it,
Yeah, I'm
though.
not going to say
It's
it.
too much. It's TMI. People be judging, but yeah, like I used to do that, and my mom would be like, like when I stopped, like, why do you do that? You're weird.
Mhm.
Like you need to do it this way.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I got you.
But I can't say it. I can say it, but should I? No, it's too much.
That's TMI.
TMI.
Maybe another day.
Another day when the alcohol is not removed.
Yeah, when the alcohol is not removed. Because if it was removed, probably would have said.
Ciao. Okay, boom. If you can take back one thing you've done in the past, what would it be and why? Like, what would you take back?
I had sex with this girl that, first of all, I had to say it like that because it's a connection to like lying to my mother.
Oh my gosh.
So, long story short, I made a mistake. I had sex with this girl, but in my mind, I'm like, no, there's no way, because there was a girl that called my house. It was like, Tyrell, got me pregnant. He gonna take care of his child. I'm like, what? Because I don't move like that now. Like,
Right.
not like that. And I was just thinking, like, could it be? Is it possible? And my mother was like, she came in the room, boom, Tyrell, who is this girl that's calling? She talking about you gonna take care of her baby and everything. We ain't got no time. We ain't got time for this. I'm like, I don't know who this is.
Right. Was it the same girl?
No. So no. So I was like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, I don't know. And then she kept saying, she just called here, Tyrell. You can't sit here and try to deny it. I said, okay, well, there's potential. And then she said, Tyrell, we talked about this. I said, I know. Like, I don't know. I made a mistake. About 20 minutes later, it was my ex at the time that called, and she was like, tell Tyrell I just playing. I'm just pranking. So now, not only that, I just told my mother.
You just told your mom you're having sex? Yo.
I just told my mother I have sex. Yo, that's the worst night of my life.
Oh my God. What did your mom say after the fact?
She was like, yeah. So that's what's going on. I couldn't deny anything after that because I just spilled it all out. And I said, listen, I'm sorry. I just, I don't know. Like, it just kind of happened. And then that's when she had, like, a month later or sometime, she just brought, like, these big ass bags of condoms. She just came to the clinic and just threw a bunch of condoms.
I would have been so mad at that girl.
Man, who
Like,
are
stop
you
playing with
telling?
me.
Yo, who you telling? I got in touch with her later. I was pissed. I said, don't ever in your life.
But why would somebody do that though?
I don't know.
That's not even a good prank.
She was being funny. Well, it was
But not to your mother. Like, it's one thing if you call me and try to joke around, but obviously she'll know, that she's not pregnant. But it's just like, that's a corny joke.
I ain't
like-
never been pranked like that. I ain't gonna hold you.
Yeah, that's a horrible. That's just evil.
Never been pranked like that. It was next level prank, yo. Because I didn't necessarily get in trouble. it was just like a moment, like, oh my God, yo, this is too much.
Mm-hmm.
This is too much. I just told my mother without like prematurely telling her, and it's like she was relieved from the prank.
But now she know you out here getting it in.
Right.
Mm.
Yeah, that's something I wish I definitely could take back.
Mm.
Okay. Hard and fast or slow and sensual?
Both.
Evenly?
You gotta start out slow and sensual, then end on the opposite spectrum. Yes or no? Is that not the only way?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you feel valued as my husband? If not, what can I do to make you feel more valued?
Yeah, I feel valued. Yes.
Okay. It's just as simple as that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you pay attention, you care for me. Sometimes too much.
That's in my nature.
Yeah, I know that. Sometimes you be trying to handicap me.
I'm not trying to.
Mm-hmm. And but it's just more so of just like your personality and some of the traits that you have.
Yeah.
Like you have, we talked about this before, but you have like controlling traits, but they're not controlling to where they're not like abusive controlling.
Mm-hmm.
They're more so like caring controlling. It's like over caring. But I don't be complaining because I'd rather have it that way than
a mean controlling.
Yeah, than a mean controlling.
I'm more so of, did you take your vitamins?
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said like caring controlling. Like,
have you been drinking water? Even though I don't even be listening to my own concerns, but have you been doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to the doctor? Did you make an appointment? All those things are what I'm concerned about. Well, you haven't eaten all day. You need to eat.
Right.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So yes. Okay. Describe a double standard that favors women you're willing to acknowledge but don't care anyways.
I'll tell you. I had immediate thought. Labor. And not child labor. Physical labor. Cutting the grass. Right? All those things. I'm not doing that. But on the other hand, there are but I also expect my husband to help and cook and clean too.
It's just.
Yep. Like, no, you need to come. You need to be domestic. But you also need to wash the cars, clean them, cut the grass, take the trash out, open my doors, and still help at home. And I know that that's probably an unfair standard. Because I think there are so many things that we can require of men where the things that are like more, well, I guess in some relationships, the women is expected to do all the things like wash the dishes, wash the clothes, clean up, take care of the kids. I have heard of some women that just sound like they do that all by themselves despite the fact that they're married. But for me, I expect partnership in the home and the things outside, like cutting the grass and washing the car. I'll help occasionally just because I want to. Like I feel I don't want him to wash both cars, like stuff like that. But taking the trash out, we've been in this house for 8 years. I've taken the trash out probably 6 times. It's because you weren't home or because Malachi wasn't at home. I'm not, unless I have to, I'm not doing that.
Straight up.
Straight up. And I know that sounds, now I'm not going to leave no stinking trash in my house. But I never have the opportunity because one of y'all going to take it out and it's not going to be me. And pumping the gas and all that. Gas. Touching the pump. When I have to do that, I just feel like less than a woman. I'm like, I know I am not out here pumping this gas. Like, I was pumping the gas the other day. I can't remember where I was traveling to. And I was like, this is not my life. I don't deserve this. Where's my man?
That's crazy, yo.
I know that's really unfair.
It is. But you know.
Are you okay with that though?
I mean, been going for this long. I don't be tripping about much.
Look, I gotta push the kid out and carry it.
But oh my goodness. Okay, so
We
that
get
is a
it.
choice.
Yeah, but
That is a choice.
I have to push it out.
It's a choice,
regardless. Yeah, but we made a choice to have a kid, and
No, I understand what you mean, but once that, listen, this is going to be unfair, but 9 months,
life isn't fair.
you're right, life isn't. 9 months, brutal, right? I get it. Go chill out. I'm doing everything. Push the kid out, postpartum, I understand all of that. There becomes a time. When that time passes,
So about where you weighing hand and foot.
that time passes.
You were weighing hand and foot during my pregnancy and after, but
When that time passes, like,
I
okay,
deserved all that.
Okay. No. I'm not saying that. I'm talking about like after the pregnancy, like after carrying, after pushing, and after dealing with the postpartum.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Give you, I don't know how long. Usually it depends on the woman, in terms of the postpartum. But like that child get to about 3, 4.
Look, when you back stable, back right,
When you stable,
you gotta jump back in. No, that's facts. That's fair. I feel like as long as all is well up here and in here, then it's time to jump back in.
So real quick, if legit though, I'm outside pushing or whatever, or riding, whatever, and I needed like help with yard work. You not coming?
If you need help, yeah. Because remember, I picked the little. Remember
Well,
when
then
the
see, you know
mushrooms
that-
came? I picked the mushrooms.
I'm talking about if you had to like cut.
If you needed help, what kind of need help? How? In what kind of way? Like you physically can't?
If the sun is coming down and I'm trying to beat the sun and it got to be trimmed and cut,
Yeah, I'll come help.
and I'll trim while you ride.
Only under that circumstance only.
That's crazy. Only under that.
Only under similar circumstances.
What if I'm talking about like sick as a dog and I can't get out there?
Landscapers. Ty. Listen. Landscapers.
Yeah.
Because when you got real busy and you were struggling with all the hours and keeping up with everything, what I say, we need to call the nearest landscaper because I'm not going out there.
That's funny though, because you'll do like paint and hand stuff in the house.
I like it.
But like, what's the?
I like
that's
it.
actually harder than yard work.
But I enjoy doing it. That's what my dad did when he worked. Like build things and painted things and cut things. And so I like it. I would ask him questions when he would do things, ask him about the priming and making sure things are smooth and all that.
So you don't mind manual labor?
I don't mind certain manual labor if I have a genuine interest. I like to paint because I know that when I paint it, it's going to look better than when you paint it because I'm great at painting.
Shady.
Not shady. You're good at painting, but I'm great. Like you're not going to just come and be like, why'd you paint it like that? I'm like, oh, I wonder if someone came and painted this for them. Just saying.
I guess. Anyways,
I do not dream of labor.
I don't want to, but somebody got to do it.
Yep, that's what happens when you're born a man. I'm just saying.
Listen. I don't complain.
You don't. I appreciate that. I
don't
appreciate
complain.
all the spoiling I get.
I just think it's a little weird if somebody, doing all that and then come in. Not this. I'm just talking about in general. I've seen this a lot. A man doing that and he come in. It's like she watching TV. Ain't
you don't smell no food.
like Martin did in the episode. Gino.
Listen, now I don't play about that. Though I expect for you to contribute in those ways. I get in these spells where I'm like, no, I'm cooking. Like,
Yeah, yo.
my man's gonna have a good home cooked breakfast most mornings.
You feel me?
Most morning, I try to cook every single morning. When it's lunchtime, if I'm not way too busy, babe, do you want something to eat for lunch? And I cook just about every day, especially these days.
Yeah, these days, these days you've been showing up.
There ain't no splitting for real. You probably be cooked 10% of the time, 5%.
I don't know about 5 now.
What's the number?
20. Because you don't always make breakfast. Talk about it.
Try.
Yeah, talk about it.
Only when I'm having super
there you
early
go.
meetings though.
Can I get my 20?
Honestly, not at this point in life. Not at this point in life. You get 15 max for breakfast and you get 2% for dinner.
Okay.
But I'm okay with that though.
Okay.
For now. Cause I'm in my zone right now. I'm in my chef girl RD. Like,
No, don't be cutting on and off. So just like y'all get used to something and then he cut it off.
I'm not gonna cut it off, but I'm just saying.
No, I'm just playing.
Yeah, we know, cause you gonna cook too.
Maybe.
Anywho, you gonna get back in the kitchen.
Hey, I had my good run, yo. I'm talking about I had an excellent run.
You did.
I ain't complain.
You didn't.
I'm talking about it was 90-10. Ain't wasn't no complaining.
You smart when I was pregnant?
No.
What are you talking about?
That was part of it.
I was pregnant, that was 100-0.
That was 100-0.
I was sick as a dog.
But before and after, you ask your friends. Your friends watching. They know what's up.
That look, Ricky used to be like, "What I cooked today?" I'm like, "Girl, actually, I cooked this. You're being disrespectful. I cooked this."
And then she would say, "No, you did."
And I'm like, "Babe, did I not cook this?" Like, but no, I look. As long as whether it be 20 plus 80, 10 plus 90, 50 plus 50, as long as we equal in 100, that's all that matters to me. As long
you just came up with that.
Yeah, just make that up. You got Snap.
I can't.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, all that. As long as we equal 100, that's what matters. Except for, the labor stuff. But outside of that, I mean, that's still 100 though, because that's your 99 and I'm 1%.
I got you.
Yep. Anyway, thanks for tuning in to episode 9 of Real Cozy Talks.
Ooh.
Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe if you have not already subscribed. And be sure to follow us across all platforms, Real Cozy Talks. That is Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. And we'll see you next time.
Till then.
Peace.
Peace.